What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update and daily news report. I have several different new pieces of information for you guys regarding the pandemic, lockdowns, new stimulus talks, also stimulus programs that are passing out money to residents in state and local areas right now. We've already helped thousands of people find local programs that are passing out stimulus money and rent money to residents already, and we're going to continue to do this to help people every single day find these programs. Also, our channel is giving away $500 to viewers like you. I will give you the details on that at the end of this video. But first, don't forget to subscribe down below and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on new videos coming out, and give this video a like down below. It really helps out our channel. Okay, first up, new U.S. positive virus cases are spiking. We're seeing new records almost every few days as we just now crossed over almost 200,000 new cases just yesterday. Yesterday's results are in 198,537 people have now tested positive for the virus in just one day. 198,000 new people in just one day. The day before that was 187,000, 172,000 before that, and it's just insane out there. We are also seeing a record number of hospitalizations across the country and multiple different states that are reporting critically short amount of room left in their ICU and or staff to handle the amount of hospitalizations going on in multiple states such as Michigan and Colorado and numerous states across the United States. We're starting to see more and more lockdowns across the United States as just in the last 48 hours, California and Ohio have issued new 30-day curfews and restrictions on dining, businesses, gyms, and local businesses and gatherings. With 200,000 new cases every single day, that would mean about 6 million new people would test positive and catch the virus every single 30 days. Right now, there's a little bit more than 3 million people that are contagious right now. And if this spike in rate continues, we will have more than double the amount of people with the virus just in 30 days alone. And the problem with this is the more people that have it that are contagious, the more people it spreads to. And that is why we're seeing this rising, spiking rate day after day. On stimulus, Joe Biden is meeting with Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House. They met yesterday, and we're going to continue to see meetings even over the weekend regarding stimulus and the next government shutdown bill to prevent the government from shutting down. U.S. House Representative known as AOC has some strong words about the next stimulus package.
That means the majority of people in the United States are not very confident in their ability to eat over the next 4 weeks, according to a new census survey data. And about 10% or 3.5 million households are not at all confident in their ability to eat the week before Thanksgiving, and the Senate broke. It is unconscionable leadership to abandon our people. And while we are arguing about negotiations and while we are arguing about points, people are going hungry. And we are dismissing their needs as blue state needs or as bailouts, depending on what party you voted for. Hunger has no party. Illness has no party. And when we allow suffering to be alleviated or concentrated based on political affiliation, we are doing a disservice to our entire nation. An estimated 13.4 million adults living in rental housing today. Nearly 1 in 5 renters were not caught up on rent. Small businesses don't know if they are going to survive or exist in a month, in a week, in January. We cannot afford to wait for a new administration or another election or a political state of play. We need to get people help now, and the Senate broke. They broke. We are supposed to be here to work for everyday people. We are not supposed to be here to work for political donors or political favors or the powerful. We are here to serve the people who are most vulnerable all the way up to the top. But we start with the people most in need. Our country is going hungry. On the week before Thanksgiving, and the Senate broke. I don't care what party you are. It is an abandonment of our responsibilities as elected officials who are charged with acting in the public trust.
Now, those are some strong words. Let me know your thoughts on that. I tend to agree. I tend not to go Democratic or Republican, but I do really feel that more politicians need to set aside their political agendas and pass stimulus to help the people through the holidays right now. Now, with some good news on the horizon is that Steve Mnuchin, who is the Treasury Secretary, has just said that there is three different buckets of money. There's like $130 billion that is still sitting there left over that can be used for Paycheck Protection Program money, which is money that small businesses use to pay for the paychecks of their employees. There's also another 450 plus billion from the first stimulus package that the Federal Reserve has, and he is asking the Federal Reserve to give that back to the Treasury so that they can use that for stimulus money. In total, there's about $800 billion that has not been used yet that they're trying to get reappropriated to use it for stimulus, for families, stimulus checks, unemployment, and money for PPP program.
Mike Crapo and Pat Toomey, we negotiated this specific language. And on the Fed facilities, the $450 billion that Congress gave me, it was very clear that the congressional intent is it expires on December of this year. It's very clear in the law. So Chair Powell and I have been discussing this for the last few weeks in deference to the Fed. I said that the facilities that we funded with pre-CARES funding, the Exchange Stabilization Fund, I would extend. So commercial paper, money markets, primary dealers, things like that, for the abundance of caution, even though they're not being used. And the CARES money that expires at December 31st, that was merely simply following the intent of the law. So it wasn't a decision on whether we needed these or we didn't need these. And Mark Meadows and I will be working with Mitch McConnell and Kevin McCarthy and hopefully the Speaker. There's $500 billion of money that Congress appropriated that is now expiring. We have $130 billion of PPP money sitting around. We need Congress to reappropriate these funds. We could do $500 billion of fiscal response immediately that won't cost taxpayers any more money, and let's spend it on small business PPP loans. You know, there are a lot of people who are still struggling, although parts of the economy are roaring back. Parts of the economy, small businesses, restaurants, travel, and other need more help. And that's where we want to put this money. But this was a very simple thing. We're following the intent of Congress.
Now, there's actually enough money with this $800 billion to provide enough money for all the major programs. A stimulus check of about $1,200 costs about $250 billion with checks for dependents. If they raised that up a little bit or made the checks for dependents larger, it could be up to $300 billion. Remember, they have $800 billion sitting there. So they could provide a stimulus check and a check for all dependents. They could provide an unemployment extension bonus, which would maybe be a couple hundred more billion dollars. They could also give money to the small businesses to pay the paychecks of their employees. They could do all that in the $800 billion and still have money left over for the vaccine testing and tracing and research and development of the vaccine. That $800 billion will not cost taxpayers any more money at all, as you heard Treasury Secretary say. Now, for people that are worried about the federal budget, I kind of want to tell them not to really worry about it because there's a couple reasons. One, interest rates are near zero and inflation is near zero. So our inflation is not really out of hand. Number two is there was a study done about the amount of stimulus that first world countries are passing across the entire world. And we have actually spent less than half of the average of first world countries. First world countries in the world have spent about 30% of their GDP or 30% of what their economy is worth. So in relation to how big their economy is, they've spent 30% of that amount on stimulus to prop up their economy, help their residents, keep everybody from going, poor and hungry. And the US has only spent about 15%. And it's actually probably dropping because it's been several months now since we've spent any stimulus. So we can still spend this $800 billion that's already been appropriated for and an additional large stimulus package and probably still be under the average amount that other first world countries have already passed. Now, while we're waiting for Congress to pass a large stimulus package or use this $800 billion that is sitting around and can be used for multiple stimulus packages, there is stimulus right now that is being passed on the state and local city level. A lot of this money is from previous stimulus packages that the states got. The average state got over $1 billion, and they have all that money is appropriated for different things. Some of that money they can use on their residents for stimulus checks or mortgage and rental checks, which is pretty much the same thing. You get a check and you use it to pay your rent or to pay for food or whatever you use it for. And I'm bringing you these programs every single day. So today, here is some more programs that are approved right now. Cook County, Illinois has just announced a new stimulus cash relief assistance program. This program will give thousands of residents a $600 stimulus payment for Cook County, Illinois. In addition to that, we also have Louisville, Kentucky is helping residents with utility bills and other bills. The average amount in Louisville, Kentucky that this program is using to help them pay their utility bills is over $400 per person. So if you're from either of those areas, I recommend you Google the program, look it up, and apply as soon as possible. I will be having more states, cities, and counties that are providing help like this with money that's already passed and they're sending out now for you guys in every single video going forward. So make sure you're subscribed and you don't miss out on videos. Also, I'm going to give you the next clue to what is in that box. We're giving away $500 to our viewers before Thanksgiving. This contest only lasts a few days. We're going to be doing 5 different people, $100 totals for a total of $500. If you can guess what's in that box and you're correct, you'll be entered into the pool of people who have guessed correctly. And from there, we will randomly pick 5 people to receive $100 from us. We'll send it to you via PayPal or something like that. So make sure you're paying attention for clues and write them down. Clue number 3 today is the item in the box can be hard or soft. Okay, the clue for today is the item in the box can be hard or soft. If you have a guess of what's in the box, just leave a comment down below. That's all you have to do to guess. If you guess correctly, you'll be entered into the pool of people who have guessed correctly, and from there we will randomly pick 5 people to receive $100. We will also be doing this again in the month of December, probably several different times to help out people in need and to help out our viewers because we appreciate you guys and we really feel like you guys are our second extended family. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and share this video. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.